Cheap doesn't have to suck. We're taking this ramen pork stir fry, not only for under $15 for a family of 3, but we cooked it all in 10 minutes or less. Let's see how we do it. All right, you guys have asked and we listen, believe it or not. Today is all about not only easy, cost effective. So there's no doubt, depending on your grocery store, depending on what time of year, different meats, different choices, different vegetables obviously can fluctuate price. Keeping you guys in mind, I think we've got a fantastic idea for you. We're keeping it simple with not a lot of ingredients. If you don't have a lot of ingredients, it cuts down on cost. Pork tenderloin, in my opinion, is the hidden gem of all the food, whether it be barbecue, griddle, inside cooking, you name it. The kids always seem to love it because it's tender. Typically, it's not a lot of fat, and as kids grow up, you know, a lot of times they stay away from the fat. Me being a ribeye fan, I eat it all the time. But price effectivity, no. Price effectiveness, what's that word?
I don't know.
When it comes to price and the pork tenderloin, right? They actually go on sale quite a bit, whether it be BOGOs or I'm not the one to shy away from meat that's a couple of days before being sold and they discount it. So $5.99 for 2 pork tenderloins. You guys can do the quick math. That's $3 a piece. Let's get it sliced up. Oh, it's only 1. Well, now I look like a fool. That's normal, guys. You guys know how it is. So typically, a lot of times I'll get a pork tenderloin and 2 of them will come in the package. This is only 1. So this is $6 for 1 pork tenderloin. So you guys can do the math. All right, it's a little silver skin. Let's do some work here. You don't want that no matter how thin you cut your pork tenderloin. One quick tip. The holidays are coming up, and I'm sure you guys are going to get a whole tenderloin, and you never carved one before. If you learn to cut away from the meat and onto the skin, you risk cutting into the meat. So let the skin be your knife guide, right? If you puncture the fat, it's not a big deal, but you don't want to gouge the meat. So what I do is just use that and let the knife naturally run down that silver skin, and that's your guide, right? It just naturally follows it down, and wherever it releases, that is a good place to go cutting up, just like that. So that would be the same case if you guys got a fancy beef tenderloin this fall. I'm gonna show you just a little bit here. We're not gonna make any fuss about it. We're just gonna make thin slices. Kind of stretch it as much as we can. Stuff like that. Let's go over the ingredients quickly, but remember this recipe will be on theflattopking.com. All right, got the pork, broccoli, super cheap, $2.38 for a whole head. This is like a cup and a half. Some peas and carrots, got an onion, got some soy sauce, some cornstarch, fresh garlic, black pepper, brown sugar. I like oyster sauce. Hoisin sauce is good too. The star of the show, the ramen, that's what the whole dish is based on. 3 for $1. Now there's plenty of flavors. We got the pork flavor because obviously we're doing a pork thing. You can obviously do chicken. But I am going to take one of the chicken packs. We're going to take this ramen, boil it for about 3 minutes. You want it about al dente because as it cooks on the griddle, it still will absorb, and let's have it absorb flavor. Noodles are done. They're just draining that water out. And for our sauce, because this is going to happen really quick, get that brown sugar in there, break that up, get it dissolved. That cornstarch in there, get it dissolved. We're going to add the oyster sauce. Rocking the Traeger Flat Rock today. So we're talking about zone cooking. We've got a medium, low, and low. About a tablespoon of oil. And we're gonna start the vegetables off first. They'll probably take the longest to cook. Frozen peas and carrots, you can do fresh if you wanted to, but honestly, we're talking about ease and price. That's not too bad. Broccoli on there too. About a tablespoon of oil for your pork. Try to get knocked out to a single layer. I'm not really looking for color. I don't think this dish calls for it. But if you want to sear this off a high heat, you can. Take that black pepper, and we're going to black pepper everything. Hold a little back for your noodles. Notice I'm no salt, no sodium, no salt, because it's all reserved for a soy sauce. And about another tablespoon of oil. Add the garlic. Remember, this side's on low. And you're just going to cook that oil and the garlic together and kind of create like a garlic oil. It doesn't take long. Depending on what griddle you have now, you might have to alternate temperatures. Like I said, mine's on low, but that doesn't mean that your griddle's on low. So you might have to actually turn a burner off, okay? You don't want this to burn. Let's try to mix those flavors together. Garlic's just now starting to turn. That's what we're looking for. We're gonna add those noodles. Just a touch of oil. So now what I'm doing, looking for texture. All too often I think people add it, but I guess it's probably a personal preference. I like that chew. I like that char that the griddle can give it. So we're just gonna let it sit on here, do its thing. Let's cut this griddle off. So low, low, off.
Can I just say, this smells amazing and we haven't even added the sauce yet.
I've always thought, like, we stumbled across this idea when we made all of our fried rices about how the garlic really, really adheres to the noodle or the rice, and I think that's a great way to do it. It definitely punks a lot of flavors. Brown sugar and cornstarch on the bottom, so get that up. And reserve some liquid. Don't use all of it right away, okay? Notice my griddle is not 500, 800 degrees. Griddle's completely off. It's calming down. You can see that we have the luxury of adding a little bit more liquid, and that's what we've got. That's why we reserved some of it. And then we're just gonna give it one final toss. Plenty of residual heat to be able to cook that cornstarch.
This looks amazing.
And right at the end, just top it with a little black pepper. Not much. I just think it gives it like a little bit of bite. I'm telling you what, folks, it's been 8 minutes since we started cooking. 8 minutes total, okay? So even by the time you add the prep work of the vegetables, which does not take long, even if you get the sauces, of course, we had to measure out the sauces for you all so you guys have the exact measurement, but let's be honest, who's actually measuring these days? Does not take long at all. After doing the calculations, by the time you add all the ingredients and stuff like that, you're probably close to like in between 10 and 15 bucks, right? But if this one feed a family of 3, this is not a bad deal at all, okay? Especially in the climate that we're living today, things are expensive. That chuck roast the other day, well, I'll put that sucker back.
And it's loaded with meat and veggies.
This?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I thought you meant the chuck roast was loaded with meat and veggies, and I'm like, cut? Like, huh? Like, what are we talking about, beef stew?
Well, that is what we do with our second day chuck roast.
You know, sometimes I think I overdo it with ingredients just because I like so many of them. And when you keep it simple, a lot of times the flavor does come through like this. You just gotta be careful with the pork tenderloin. It's one of those dishes to where you don't need to cook the pork all the way. Ooh, get some of that black pepper. Add it at the end, just a little bit. It does come through. But the pork tenderloin is very lean, right? You don't want to just sit there and overcook it and overcook it and overcook it. Money, honey.
Money, honey. That's a new one. Yeah, you got to use the chopsticks because I can't.
Put my chopsticks in your mouth. Come on. Ooh. Ah.
Mm.
Ooh. Ah.
Mm.
Ooh. Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty dang good.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Simple.
We nailed that sauce.
Yeah, you did. You actually came up with it. I'm proud of you.
You know what I did?
What?
Everyone loves our Mongolian ground beef stir fry.
Okay.
So I basically did the same sauce, pretty much. Except we didn't have hoisin in the fridge. We only had oysters. So I substituted the oyster sauce for hoisin.
I don't think you'd ever tell it.
It's super good.
If you do use hoisin sauce, back off on the brown sugar in the recipe because hoisin is naturally sweet, so you got to balance the two.
Yep.
You probably throw a little splash of vinegar, whether it be rice wine or white vinegar or something like that in there, apple cider vinegar, just be able to cut some of that sweetness and fat. But it's at least 8 out of 10. Like there's absolutely no shame in that game right there.
No, this is better than most Chinese takeout you get.
Find us on Instagram, find us on Facebook. There's a join button down below. It's a membership program. We thank each and every one of you for taking time for doing so. Last but not least, thanks for watching. Don't forget to press that subscribe button, pound the notification button shortly, friends. Peace. Listen, If you guys noticed earlier in the video, we had white countertops. Our kitchen's very close to being done. Can't wait to reveal it to you guys. So that was like a sneak peek.
I was gonna say that.
Nah. So
We're gonna be cooking. It's getting cold, so stick around.
Yeah.
We're gonna be cooking inside.
Some.
Some.
Hey, get your own bowl. You're taking all the good parts.
This is good.
I know it's good.
Oh, it's dang good.